Good evening and welcome to the Whisky Lovers Society with me, Gert Retief. And as you've seen in the description, we are doing a challenge set by the Dram Divided, and it's all about blending your own Scotch whiskey. So this is the Dram Complex Challenge. I do like a little bit of a challenge. And I've also created a nice infinity bottle. I think it was about April or May last year. This is the result. And I did like the concept of it. I like the idea of creating your own, taking your own profile, mixing up some whiskies, and making something that is 100% perfect for you. So I did like this one. Of course, I cannot use this one. I have some international whiskies in this one. Today's challenge is about Scotch whiskey. So in this one, I do have some Cavalan in it. And I have a little bit of a sweet tooth. So to speed up a little bit of the process, I added a little bit of Pedro sherry to it. Hence the nice dark color. Of course, that disqualifies it immediately from this competition. I did send it to a friend of mine as a little bit of a blind tasting, and he did enjoy it. And also in it, it's got a little bit of a Kalila in it, and I think it was a little bit of a Ardbeg in it. So a little bit of a sweet, smoky, oaky one. So this one, fantastic. Maybe a tad much on the Pedro sherry, a little bit too sweet. But he is a smoke fan, and he when informed me that it was quite nice. He enjoyed it, but also found it a little bit too sweet for his taste. So it's a good start to an infinity bottle. So that brings me to the nice bottle that I'm going to create. And for me, I think I'm going to stick to my flavor profile. I do like a little bit of a fruity flavors. I like a little bit of a toffee notes coming out. So a little bit of a sweetness. So I went through all my whiskies, and I found, I think, the perfect candidates. So I'm going to start off with the toffee flavors that I do like. And the first thing that also comes to mind, it needs to be a little bit of a sweetness to it. It must have that toffee notes in it, maybe going into a little bit of a dark chocolate note, or a little bit of a custard, creme brulee, that type of notes. And it must be a little bit on the sweet side. And of course, for that one, I picked the Aberlour 12-year-old. This one is bottled at 40% ABV. So I also need to look a little bit higher ABV for my next pick as well. So I'm just going to make a small sample batch just to see what it smells like and tastes like before I scale it up a little bit. So I poured myself a wee dram of it. And for me, this is absolutely fantastic. The funny thing is, when I bought this bottle about 4 or 5 months ago, I opened it up while I was on a little bit of a holiday, and I didn't like it, but I've been liking it quite a lot more. It's opened up really good. The nose, the lovely sweetness, that toffee note is there, a little bit of a orange note coming out as well. Really, really nice sweetness, and that is exactly what I wanted. And of course, with that, I need to add a little bit of a peat. So I'm not a huge peat fan, but I've discovered a peat at a right or correct level for me, maybe 10-15 ppm. I do kind of like it. So that also brings me a little bit to the Bowmore's. We have this nice sweetness. The different, it's not that iodine medicine type of smoke. So I do like a little bit of a peat. I did some of the Amrut series that have some peated whiskies, the Bheithir. I think it was the 10-year-old. That's really fantastic. So I do like to gravitate towards the sweeter, savory type of smoke. So in order to add a little bit of smoke, I have a nice sample that was given to me by Alan from the Alan Wilson, the whiskey friend. So this is quite some time ago, and I've been keeping this sample for a special occasion. I think this is going to be a nice occasion. So this is the Kilkerran heavily peated batch number 3, bottled at 59.7% ABV. So I'm gonna just add a little bit to it as the experiment. I do have a half of the bottle still left, so I'm just gonna put a couple of drops, maybe a teaspoon or two, just to see if it elevates it, and then I will use the rest. If it's working, I will add the rest in a bigger sample. Oh, that is a big peat coming out. So I'm just going to add that's about a teaspoon into the Hour 12. That is nice. So I think it is possible to take a little bit more. I do get the peat, so quite a sweet peat note coming out, but there's a hint of it, and I think when I scale up, I'm going to add it, and instead of 1 or 2 teaspoons, I'm going to make it maybe 15 milliliters, just to bring that little bit of a smoke out. But it did change the profile completely. So I get that sweetness, and I get the smoke, savory smoke, and the smoke that I was looking for. Absolutely fantastic. Now the last bottle that I wanted to add is I do like a little bit of a fruity note as well, and especially an apple note and a pear note. So I decided there's only one place to go if you want some fruit orchard in a glass. And of course that is the Glencairn 13-year-old, bottled at 46% ABV. Now, I've been enjoying this quite a lot. I like the fruity flavors. I like that apples, that fresh pear notes, and there's a little bit of an oakiness in it as well. At 13 years old, and it's matured in ex-bourbon casks, so that did bring out quite a lot of a little bit of an oakiness. So I'm just going to add a little bit on this one. Maybe not too much. This is just the experiment. So I'm going to add half of the whiskey that I had from the Abelauer. Not very scientific, but I don't think this is about science. It's about enjoying a little bit of an experiment. Give it a little bit of a shaky. Oh, this is nice. Now I'm gonna have to bring in the peat again. Oh, though I'm a little bit surprised. I do pick up that peat, so that heavily peated Kilkerran is definitely showing up. Wow, I think I've got a winner. Nice golden color. It's the sweetness. I do get that apples now. I do get that savory peat. It's quite similar to, I would describe it, a little bacony type of thing, a little bit of a ham, a sweetness, a maple syrup covered ham on an open fire. Ooh, this is it. Let me just try it. This is very nice. I think this fits my profile. I'm a little bit surprised with the alcohol. It's quite strong on the alcohol. There's no bitterness. There's a sweetness. I get a little bit of the toffee notes coming out. I get a little bit of a honey note. And then I get a little bit of that smokiness coming out. Absolutely fantastic. Well, we're going to have to take my word for it. This is fantastic. Now, as you know, sending things into Belgium or out of Belgium, alcohol related, can be a pain in the backside. Most of the time, well, the last time that somebody sent me a sample from the UK to Belgium, it was a couple of small tiny bottles like this. It cost me 37 euros. Although it was declared as a 10 euro sample, they charged me 37 euros to bring that bottle in. So sending it outside of the EU, it's not going to be possible for me. Maybe Greg from the Greg's Whiskey Guide, maybe you want to try it. I'm willing to send you a sample, my friend, and see what you think about my creation. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I see you next time. Cheers.